Good morning, it's Aquiles in the car this morning on a 34-degree morning here in New York City. So a little bit colder today. And the futures facing the NASDAQ today are a little colder. Had some news from Oracle, 44% overspend on artificial intelligence. You know what? It's not unusual for a corporation to go overboard. Maybe it's a pullback that we've been waiting to see. Oracle has gone up quite a bit in a very short period of time. So this might just be, I guess the fears are that the market as a whole, are they spending too much money on artificial intelligence or AI, and is it overblown? I think with certain companies it's overblown. We talked about NVIDIA the other day. NVIDIA is a company that all of a sudden these chips going out to China are going to be banned. And, some of the fear is that America is going to use it to spy, on the Chinese. Another fear is that really we're just going to flood the market with these chips, which are a superior product at this particular point. If anything, I've learned in doing what I'm doing all these years is that companies find a way. Whether the supply chain comes from China, whether the supply chain comes from America, the companies really don't care. They will pivot, they will find a way to make the money go further and enhance their shareholder value and make more money. So I wouldn't put too much credence on the moment. If you're a trader, of course, that's a different focus. But if you're a long-term investor, that really shouldn't be the focus. In other news, corporate earnings still pretty solid. Powell alluded yesterday, Chairman Powell alluded yesterday with the dropping of the interest rates that they're pretty much done, with the cutting. But I wouldn't say they're done with the quantitative easing or the quote unquote quantitative easing, because it can take on different forms. The first one being that they're going to go and buy a lot of treasury bills or short-term debt, all right, to provide liquidity, to provide confidence in the market. But more importantly, it has made a signal. We've seen 3 Fed board governors having dissenting views, and we haven't seen that in a pretty long time. So what does that say? That just simply says that we're not in agreement. There's no totality of agreement when it comes to the Fed. And with the uncertainty of the board right now of governors, there may be further interesting things coming forward. More like if and when Powell is finished with his term, which could be in Q1 26, what sort of stance will the Fed take? Is it going to be hawkish? Is it going to be more aggressive in terms of perhaps going to make even further cuts? I don't know if the Fed, they say that they're not going to do something at this particular point, but bottom line is they may have to. They may not have any choice. Inflation's creeping up. The unemployment has been steadily rising. And gross domestic product, GDP here, has not been moving on the upside all that much. So I don't know that they're going to have too much choice in the matter. As an investor, you want to be asking yourself a certain question. How can I take advantage of the news Aquiles has just given me? And a lot of times I will tell you, you can't. You just may not have the knowledge. That's why it's good to have a financial advisor. So who are the people who work best with us? Well, I'll tell you right off the bat. If you're retiring or thinking about retiring and you have a very short time frame and you need some high quality advice, we can help. If you are switching jobs and looking to see what options you have with your old 401k and the like, we should talk. If you are simply looking for better returns, minimizing risk, minimizing tax liabilities. That's another thing we should be talking about. Once again, feel free to reach out, get on my calendar if you qualify, and we'll go forward. We want to work with people who can make quick decisions. Studies have shown that people who are successful make their decisions rather quickly. I find it's true in the financial world as well. So get on, take a look at what we have to offer. If you have a question, what have you, reach out to us. Look forward to hearing from you. Enjoy your day.